All right, our next video is about how to wind a center pole ball. Again, there's lots of different ways to do this. This is just my way, and it's the way that I learned from Nancy Bush. So I like to give her credit for showing me how to do this. So what I use are some very simple tools. I have my yarn on a Swift, or have someone else hold it for you. That makes the job just a ton easier. The next thing I'm going to do is wrap the yarn on my thumb. So basically all I'm using to wind my ball is my thumb. I hold the tail of the yarn in my 4 fingers like this, and then I start to wrap the yarn around my thumb at a slight angle to my nail until the yarn reaches a point where I feel like it's going to start to slide off and not stay on my thumb. So you see I'm making my first initial part of the ball pretty wide. It's looks like I don't know, a bit of a donut sitting on my hand. I'm going to pull the yarn on my Swift here a little bit. And when I get to that point, let's say it's about a 1/2 inch thick on my thumb, I'm going to turn that ball about 1/4 of a full turn. And then I'm going to continue to wind at an angle in the same spot. Let me just give my yarn a bit of a pull here. I'm going to wind for an unspecified amount of time and meterage because there is no hard and fast rule to this. But when it feels right or I get bored, I'm just going to turn it another 25% of a turn. And notice I don't wind, I just keep winding at in the same place and at the same amount of twists, and then give it a turn. The bigger your ball gets, the longer you can leave it go. In other words, the bigger the ball gets, the less you have to turn. Turn. Keep going. This ball that I have is I'm winding up Eden, which is a River City Yarns yarn. It's a merino cashmere nylon blend, and it's in the colorway Hyacinth. Purples and blues and teals. It's one of my favorites. Okay, I'm just going to keep winding and I'll show you the ball when I'm done. Notice, I guess, important things to remember as I wind is that I keep the initial tail inside my fingers so I don't lose it. If I let go of it, then it could get wound up inside the ball and I wouldn't be able to find it again. So I keep it tucked in my fingers. When the ball gets to be about this size, which isn't very big, you can take your thumb out. If I had to go and answer the phone, I could put it down and come back to it. When I come back, I stick my thumb in that hole and I continue to wind, and I keep the center tucked safely into my fingers. All right, and I keep winding and winding, winding, always at an angle. At this point, I'm slightly above the top of the ball and slightly around the bottom of the ball. When I get to the end, I just tuck it into the wrap like that. And there is my center pull ball. So why would you want a center pull ball? What's so great about it? Well, one reason is that when you knit from it, it doesn't roll around on you. It sits flat in your knitting zone space. The other reason is that if you wanted to do 2 at a time, I like to do 2 socks at the same time, I can work 1 sock from the outside strand of yarn and 1 sock from the inside strand of yarn. The third reason, which I think is really good too, is if you wanted to double strand your yarn and you didn't want to buy 2 balls, now you can use 2 strands of yarn, working 1 strand from the outside of the ball and 1 strand from the inside of the ball. So there's several reasons why you might want a center pull ball, and that's how to do it. So have fun making your center pull balls. I certainly enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it too.